This was a very, very special place to many of those who trained here and then went forward in the face of danger to defend our democracy. So we think it's very appropriate to have Portrait of a Soldier, which is hand-drawn portraits of men and women from our state of Illinois who went forward, who volunteered to defend our democracy in Iraq and Afghanistan. They gave their last full measure of devotion to our country and to our democracy. That's what Abraham Lincoln said at Gettysburg in 1863. The Gettysburg Address was made on November 19th of 1863. Abraham Lincoln, our great president, the movie is just out, understood how important it is that all of us, the living, never forget those who gave all they had to the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It shall not perish from this earth. That's what Lincoln said at Gettysburg. It was true then, it's true today, and we want to make sure that all of us, the living, never ever forget the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice of fellow citizens of Illinois who after 9/11, 2001, volunteered for our democracy. And we have, with the Portrait of a Soldier, I think a living reminder that all of us, even if it's only for a minute or two, can look into the eyes of these portraits and see the soul of these heroic men and women from Illinois. All of them are volunteers, and we thank them for their answer to the call of duty. The prophet Isaiah talked about righteous oaks in the Old Testament, and he talked about volunteerism, that those who go forward in the most dangerous circumstances deserve our everlasting gratitude. And that's why we here at Navy Pier, City of Chicago, State of Illinois, United States of America, have really a duty to make sure that we remember that sacrifice. And the hand-drawn portraits of each of these service members, very, very important, because they are living reminders of men and women, many of them very, very young, who understood that giving back, that ethic of sacrifice, is the ultimate calling of a human being.
There are more than 800,000 veterans in Illinois, men and women who have answered the call to duty, who have wanted to be part of something bigger than themselves and who put service in front of self. Our nation has always been blessed to have men and women like this, generation after generation, who are willing to step forward, answer that call to duty, and make whatever sacrifice might be necessary because of it. It has been really very encouraging in my position over the past 15 months to see how much support and appreciation there really is amongst our citizens and our communities. Never is that more apparent than around Veterans Day weekend. As every year, this has been a week full of thanks and outpouring of thanks for our veterans and our service members. So the weekend and the week have been replete with everything from ceremonies to discounts to basketball games on battle carriers. In all of this much deserved honoring, though, there is one community that isn't here to hear all of the thanks and the honoring, and that is our fallen. Illinois has lost more than 300 service members in the last decade and thousands upon thousands in the decades before that. When men and women raise their right hand and swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States, there is no limit on what they commit to give. There's nobody that knows that better, sadly, than our Gold Star families, the families of our fallen, some of whom have had the courage to join us here today. To each of you, thank you, as always, for your sacrifice. We remain deeply sorry for your loss. And we're grateful that you are here to help us unveil yet again the Portrait of a Soldier exhibit and to accept on your loved one's behalf the thanks and the honor that the rest of us who made it home have received. Everyone likes to do something on Veterans Day, to send a care package, to buy a soldier a meal, even just to shake a hand and say thank you. And these are wonderful, meaningful tributes. But sometimes, and particularly the case for our fallen, and on a day like today, there is nothing to do but to stop in our tracks, to thank and remember, and to stand with the loved ones that our fallen have left behind. So again, thank you for being here to do that. And please do take a moment when this ceremony concludes to introduce yourself to a Gold Star family, to say that thanks in person, to learn the stories of our fallen, and to then walk over and see the faces of our fallen and see all that has been lost in the service to our country over the last decade. Again, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Governor. Our son was Private PFC Omar E. Torres. He served in the Army. He was killed in Iraq in August of '07, and he was a sophomore at Ohio State, and we miss him greatly. And thank you, Governor, once again for reminding me.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Mike Miari. I'm the father of PFC Andrew Miari. 2 years ago, on the same day, today would be 2 years, we buried him at Lincoln Memorial Cemetery. I was always so proud of my son, like everybody. When he joined the Army, my head just touched the ceiling. When he gave the ultimate sacrifice, I feel my head just reached the skies. So we are so proud of you, Andy. We love you. We miss you. Thank you.
Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Joshua was our son. He was killed September 17th, 2008 by an IED. The words that I said to him as he was walking out the door the last time I saw him, I'm proud of what you've done and proud of what you've become. And God bless the USA.
Thank you.
My son, Robert Wanger, was on the second tour. His first tour, he was one of the chosen soldiers to guard Saddam Hussein. And halfway through his second tour, he passed on March 15th of '09. We miss him greatly.
Thank you.